He switched back to the man-to-man. Now they're rolling against the man a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what we see from Kansas here defensively. Yeah. Looks like man-to-man, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Coach Weber drew up over here. He called the timeout, 18 seconds, 2 minutes left in this game. You know, you need a good offensive play right here.
Zone.
Watch Wade.
Kansas going zone. See, Bill Self makes me look good. You know, I like that.
Coach is coach.
Not surprised,
under
though.
10. Brown looking for some space, help. Wade will fire. That's a big miss, and here comes Lamont Dotson. Dotson inside. That quickness again. Wow.
This kid is really, really quick to that basket.
He is, and he's strong. He can take contact.
That's right. You can't bump him off his balance.
Not at all. In fact, he bumps you off.
Goes about 6'2", 190. And a big move there to make it a 3-point game. Brown kick to the corners, need a three.
That's a big one. They did what Chauncey talked about. They screened the top of the zone, got Barry Brown downhill by him to help, kicks it out, Steve Dry makes the three.
Big time shot.
Yes, it was.
Wade fouls Lawson. Take a look at the other end.
And we talked about it. You got to set screens so a guy can get downhill, and he does. You put Vic in a tough position right there to be able to take away the drive and contest the shot.
Xavier Sneed with a big shot, 14 points.
Sneed makes a lot of big plays for this team at both ends of the floor.
Abaji gets fouled. And Cartier-Jada picks up foul number 3.
Crowd didn't like it, but I think it was a good call. I think he got tripped. I'm surprised the crowd didn't like it. I mean, this seems to me like a very impartial crowd.
Well, it was all Kansas State players on the court pregame, and the manager came out, their head manager for Kansas, Riley Cobb, and they immediately spotted him, and they started to just boo him. There he is, Ali, they call him, like the Hoosiers.
That was awesome.
That was. I mean, you know it's a tough crowd when the manager's getting booed.
He was the only guy out there. Jada the steal.
Exclamation point right there for Cartier-Jada. The windmill.
Huge play.
Steal. Wow, that's an awesome play.
This team lives on their defense. They've created turnovers all night long, and they're in position to beat Kansas for the first time in 4 years. Another Kansas turnover. This crowd's going crazy now.
How about this steal? How about this steal right here by Cartier? And how about the finish?
Well, he wanted to put the exclamation point on that one.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
This team, Kansas State,
how about the bench?
Absolutely. And this team is a testament to, if you'll just go out and play for each other every night and play that hard every possession, how much you can get accomplished. This is not the most talented team in the country. They've got good players, but there's people with more talent. I'm not sure we see very many teams play this hard for 40 minutes.
And Stan, to your point, it doesn't matter to me what level you play at, where it is, what's going on. If you have an identity, this team has a defensive identity. You will always have an opportunity to win basketball games.
Absolutely, and Bruce Weber said it today in their shoot-around that they want to be the best defensive team in the nation every possession. They're certainly trying to do that tonight. Kansas at 61 points right now, 28 in the second half.
It's a big-time win. This is a big-time win if they can finish it.
And Kansas State leading this one by 10. Ramlage Coliseum. And K-State looking to end an 8-game losing streak to the Jayhawks in a Sunflower Showdown. Showed a lot of grit tonight. This one had an interesting arc to the storyline. Kansas State came out early, had a lead as big as 9 points, and then Kansas decided to go zone, and it really shifted the game. Kansas took control. They led at the half by 3, but in the second half, K-State able to solve the zone, and here we are. They're 32.7 seconds away from picking up their first win against Kansas in 2015.
Yeah, the story's been Kansas's turnovers, but look, a lot of those turnovers are forced. Give Kansas State credit. There's a reason they're turning the ball over.
Devon Dotson fouling out. Lawson hits the 3.
Nice shot right there. Nice play. Nice shot. Took his time, knocked it down. But they're going to need some extra. They're going to need some turnover here.
Yeah, and they're going to need Kansas State to help them a little bit. I don't see that happening with an experienced Kansas State team. I think they'll be solid. They're going to be tough for Kansas to come back on that.
Bill Self, his team has turned it over 23 times. Weber trying to get everyone together.
Well, yeah, Cartier-Yada was excited, almost as if the game was over as I watched that huddle. Bruce Weber going after him, and finally Xavier Sneed just said, hey, I got this under control. And as a coach, always better, Chauncey, when you got a player who can take control in those kind of situations.
That's right. I think one of the biggest differences in this game, and we talked about it early, and it's really played out that way, but you talk about the veterans, the veteran backcourt, you know, if you will, for Kansas State. And they're playing against rookies. They're playing against, you know, freshmen with Kansas. So that maturity has come in and played nicely for these guys.
No question. You're talking about one team, Kansas State, starts 3 seniors and a 3rd-year junior, and the other team, Kansas, starts 3 freshmen.
Yeah, they get the foul on K.J. Lawson. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, K-State in first place in the Big 12. Kansas coming in at 6-3. Guys, consider this for a second. A Kansas loss means they fall to 6-4 in conference play. The last time that Kansas was 6-4 in conference play, the 93-94 season, they were in the Big 8.
Wow. That's incredible. Hey, look, a lot of teams' goal would be to be 6-4.
Yeah,
they'd be hoping to get there.
Well, is this the year for Bill Self that 14-year run, 14 straight Big 12 regular season titles doesn't come to an end? We'll see.
Well, the injuries have made it really, really tough. This isn't your typical Kansas team.
It's not.
The suspension of DeSosa, which is almost inexplicable. The injury to Azubuike. Now Garrett gets hurt. It's tough right now for Kansas.
Second half for Cartier-Yada with 10 points. K.J. Lawson hits a 3.
They're not going to give up. They're not going to give up. They hit, the Lawson brothers hit back-to-back threes, and they're taking their fouls. You're going to have to finish it out. Handle the ball, make free throws.
Shooting 2 for K-State, number 2, Cartier-Yada.
You're KU, you're looking, saying, listen, this team, they don't make free throws very well or last in the league. I mean, we have to take our chances somewhere.
I'm going to tell you, we've had some good performances tonight on both sides. Dotson, Lawson, Wade's been good, Sneed's been good, Barry Brown's been good. I'm going to take Jada as my player of the game. I just think his impact, the time when it came, very timely shots. I'm going to take him as the player of the game.
Snead pulls down the board, and that'll do it. The exclamation point from Barry Brown.
Happy for these seniors.
Yeah, me too. For these seniors, they've done so much for this program, and to finally be able to beat the in-state rival Kansas, huge for them tonight.
First time since February 23rd, 2015, and their first win against Kansas in the last 9. It ends an 8-game losing streak against the Jayhawks. Great win at home for Bruce Weber's team. And they are first place atop the Big 12 standings. The Octagon of Doom. The kids flooding onto the court. It was doomed tonight for the 13th ranked Kansas Jayhawks.
I think these students should not have to attend class tomorrow until afternoon, and they can get notes from John Shambi, Chauncey Billups, just you two. I'm not going to inject myself into that. But you two should give them permission to go out tonight to celebrate and not have to go to class in the morning.
First of all, this is Professor Van Gundy saying
it is.
So that carries some weight. I don't think they'll be going to class anyway.
No, I don't think so. Look at this scene in here and how much this means to everybody. Celebrating this victories.
74-67 the final. Professor Van Gundy, Chauncey Billups, I'm John Jambi saying so long from Manhattan, Kansas. Time now, Sports Center. John Anderson, Kenny Mayne.
The ESPN app now with ESPN Plus.